And we are back here on Couch Coach Live. Definitely huge shout out to Kirk Cousins getting that scuffle with old boy who was it, Max Crosby. The other day both got kicked out of practice. So definitely huge shout out to Big Kirk Go. So what's going on, fellas?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, man?
Man, I gotta
Nothing
ask a
much,
question.
man. Yeah.
X, what's wrong, man? You used to have all this energy and everything. Ever since you came from North Carolina, man, you ain't been the same. What's going on, man? What has changed in your life that you got to be like that? Let me stop messing with you. Man. I know we got a scheduled show. I just got a few questions to ask you guys later on as pertaining to you, X, if you don't mind.
All right.
All right.
All right, so we're back at it again, another Tuesday night under the lights here on Couch Coach Live. Got a great show lined up for you tonight. So we'll talk about the NBA schedule release. And we'll probably talk about the situation with the Lakers being sold today, where being bought today again, and what a way to flip $2 billion in one calendar year. We'll talk about that at some point during the show. Does Adrian Peterson deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Then we'll talk about 2 first-round quarterbacks, in a sense, has a fall from grace, which we'll talk about Anthony Richardson Sr. and also JJ McCarthy. And probably one of the most baffling sports stories so far. We'll talk about a certain school in Georgia essentially charging videographers and photographers $25 to cover their games. So, got a great show lined up for you tonight. So first, let's talk about the NBA schedule release. And we know we talked about this maybe a few weeks ago when Adam Silver was like, look, LeBron, make your decision because we got to make the schedule. Now the schedule is here. So we'll talk about opening day first. So which I think is probably the first time we've had on opening day where we have a triple header of games.
Okay.
So we got the Celtics versus the Pistons, and that'll be a 3:00 game. So that's going to be really interesting. Then you got the 76ers playing the Knicks, and then you got OKC versus San Antonio in the nightcap. So I'll go around the horn, fellas. Of course, you first, X. Your thoughts on the opening day slide?
I mean, opening day is it's a special night for any sport, especially for the team coming off of winning the championship. They're presented with their rings. But like you said, this is the first time that they're making it a triple header with a 3:00 game. I think I saw that Commissioner Silver was trying something new. It can go either way. I think it's more so for the fans that's overseas, where I guess if it's a regular 8:00 game, it's middle of the night over there for them. So giving them a chance to see some NBA basketball on opening night is good. And then like everything is money driven with these leagues. So I think, like I said, it's a trial run that he's gonna try, and if it pans out to be successful, I can see this happening every season, triple header, opening night. And then you also get a chance to see well, with the 3:00 game, you get the chance to see the new look Celtics. JT by himself completely, Lone Star, and going up against although they finished first last year in the East, a still up and coming Detroit Pistons team. So I'm eager to see it, ready for the NBA to tip off. Let's get to it.
Yeah. All right, what you got, man? All your thoughts?
I agree with everything that X say. I was just looking at the date of it's October 20th, right?
Yeah.
At 3. I'm just saying. The rest of them games don't mean nothing to me, but that Celtics versus Piston game is gonna be so good at 3 o'clock. Man, I'm gonna be right at Fridays delivering that Red Bull. Sit down real quick, give me about good. I'm gonna probably at least see 2 quarters of it. You know what I mean? But I just know that Celtics versus Piston game gonna be serious. I don't know about the other two. It's just it's just something about that Celtics and Pistons game that just means so much to me. You know what I'm saying, X? It's gonna be great. um, I'm joking. You know what I mean. I'm happy to be on the show. But I just think that this has been a really good off season for the NBA. You know, like especially if you play like 2K or something like that. Like it's been a lot of movement, and the only way for you to be able to see it, you know what I'm saying, you got to have more games. You have to have things to make intriguing for people to want to watch it. And you know, definitely like you said, you know, JT's by himself. The Pistons had the best record in the East last year, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
You know, so and definitely 76er and the Knicks. We already know what that's about. Philly versus New York. New York, you know, with LeBron and Jaylen Brown being with the 76ers and being at MSG where the Knicks will get their championship rings, it is going to be epic. You know what I mean? And definitely OKC versus the Spurs. You know what I mean? A rival that some people saying is going to be around for a long time. So I'm ecstatic, man. A lot of people, you know, is really excited about opening night. So, but the 3 p.m. game is a little different. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I said, what I do, I'm paying attention to a lot of places I deliver to, and having a game like having something like a 3 o'clock game is great. You know what I mean? Because those bartenders, those servers, they're looking for something to be able to make some type of money. And right now, there's really nothing going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I think when they first announced it yesterday on the Day Show, I like that 3:30, that 3 o'clock game is going to be really, really fun. That's I definitely, you know, considering the fact these two teams essentially was the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference last year. So I definitely think that's kind of a good kind of storyline in this matchup. And then obviously, I mean, the 76ers and the Knicks, like we talk about it, that's going to be the ring celebration. And of course, we knew this matchup was going to happen because obviously, once LeBron signed with the 76ers, we knew essentially that was going to be the matchup. And then having that Western Conference rematch, the Spurs and the Thunder, is perfect. And like I said, it's going to be a rivalry for a while. You can even tell in their moves in the offseason, it's almost like they were combating each other. Like as far as, you know, they're getting, you know, what's their weakness against us, you know, when you look at OKC, like what they got, and then also what San Antonio got. Essentially, those moves, I think, were both kind of the counter, both of those, you know, the opposite. So, yeah, it's a great slate. But at 3:30, at that 3 o'clock game, I think that's perfect. Like to start off the season in downtown Detroit, I think I love that. And that'll be, you know, a game I definitely try to watch, with a lunch break potentially at the 3 o'clock and catch that game. So yeah, man, looking forward to it. And the beauty thing about it, we only got it's 2 months away. So that's kind of the good thing about all this, where it's like, yeah, basketball season is really slowly coming down the turnpike. And yeah, these are some great matchups for opening day. Now transitioning essentially to Christmas Day, which we all know there is a quintuple header. I guess for 5 is a quintuple. I think it's a quintuple. I think, yeah, it's quintuple. A quintuple header. Because you got so first off, the first game you got the Spurs and the Knicks rematch of last year's NBA Finals. You got the Heat and the Celtics. You got the 76ers versus the Lakers, the Thunder versus the T-Wolves, and the Nuggets versus the Warriors in the nightcap. X, what's your thoughts on the Christmas Day slate? What you got?
Um, it's not a bad slate. Um, right off the bat, first game of Christmas Day, you get a finals rematch. And then if you think about it, they kind of well, it's not kind of, they are in competition with the NFL, so it's a battle for ratings or whatnot. So the NBA has to put their best foot forward when it comes to the Christmas Day games. However, we all know how the NFL machine is when it's in a when it's football, basketball. We kind of know how that goes, but in my opinion, the NBA Christmas schedule is tradition. You get a chance to see good matchups. I think my favorite matchup, being biased, is going to be the Philadelphia Laker game. Um,
What?
yeah, that's going to be my favorite matchup. And then with the late game is what, Golden State and, was it
Cool.
Denver?
And
Yep.
Denver. The last game
Okay,
is Denver
okay.
and Golden State. Yeah.
And if you think about, if you think about last season's Christmas Day matchup, the Joker put on a hell of a performance. Although it was the it was the 10:30 game, and a lot of people didn't see it. The fact that he that that he went out and put his best foot forward and came out with a career night. I see the NBA trying to follow that same formula again. But this time his dual partner is Steph. So hopefully Steph is healthy and able to play in that game. Maybe we can see a back and forth duel between the two and get another memorable game from that matchup. And then I forgot what I was listening to. Well, I was listening to Giannis talk, and he said this is his first Christmas Day game in, like he said, a few years. So it's just, you can tell some of the players um are eager to play and happy to play on Christmas, which is a good thing. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some good basketball. And like I said before, man, I'm just gearing up, ready for the NBA, man. Like I said, all this is the crescendo.
Yeah. All right. What you got, Maui?
Same man, same thing. Well, we all gonna surprise same thing. We excited, man. They making all these moves. We excited. The Spurs and the Knicks, that game, it was a championship game. I felt like the Spurs beat themselves, but we're not gonna. That's not what we here. But I think it's gonna be a great game. The 76ers versus the Lakers. I'm going to skip that one for right now. I'm really intrigued to see the Thunder versus the Timberwolves. A part of me was like, I think we're gonna mess around and see something special in Minnesota. You know what I mean? And I didn't look up to see how many times they're going to be on TV, but you know, I hope they got to get a lot of TV time. You know what I mean? To see Ant-Man and LaMelo, and we've been waiting for LaMelo to people to really see who LaMelo is. Some of us know from watching YouTube and things of that nature, but man, there's some biased people that don't have a clue how good and how special LaMelo really is. And the Warriors and the Nuggets is interesting to me because, like you said, Joker has played well, but you know, there's a lot of mystique that's still leaving both of these teams. Like my algorithm is saying things that Warriors are okay with trading, um, allegedly trading Steph, and if something like that happened, like seriously, like with a Warrior, would you look at them the same? And then seeing what the Joker is going to do. Like, is he going to be like, I'm sorry, like Giannis? You know what I mean? Is he just going to start being unhappy, not wanting to be there? Or they going to start not getting as much attention as he used to get regardless of how dominant that he is. You know what I mean? They're going to showcase him a little bit more. And of course the 76ers versus the Lakers. I'm just, I'm going to watch the Lakers to see if, about JJ, Rob Pelinka, and with this new ownership did y'all know anything about this new ownership maybe happening? Had y'all heard anything?
Yeah, rumblings, but not. I didn't think it was gonna happen like it did today.
You're gonna bring this up anyway. We're gonna talk about this later, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about this after. We'll talk about after the opening. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, like I'm just happy, man. Like my dad's birthday is Christmas. You know what I mean? So after you open the presents, it's going to be extremely special to me because I'm going to definitely go watch this game with my father. When they won in 2016 was Father's Day, I was with him. You know what I mean? So I'm really for him to be playing with the 76ers. And I know I'm not going to have too many more things. I only got a few more of the years of this. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna cherish it and value it as much as I can. That's it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I like the Christmas Day slate, but I mean, compared to the NFL, I'm not even gonna bring that up because there's so many good matchups on Christmas Day NFL wise. But if I had to pick, probably would be that Spurs Knicks to start it off, and then also the 76ers and the Lakers. I think those are only really two. I think in interest because it's gonna be so much going on in the NFL. Because I think all three games are going to be almost like playoff caliber, like in those matchups. So I know my focus is really going to be on the NFL, just to be 100% transparent. Because but I do like the Spurs Knicks matchup. The nightcap is interesting, but I do like that Thunder T-Wolves. That definitely is a little bit of intrigue as well. But I'm really curious about the 76ers and Lakers game because now the reception that LeBron will get in that game. I mean, obviously it's gonna probably be some boos and I wouldn't even say it's gonna be mixed. It's probably gonna be a good mixture of a lot of boos because a lot of ex Lakers fans, y'all fan group, y'all won't feel LeBron. So,
excuse me.
So I'm really curious how they will receive him when he comes back to the crypto. So that's gonna be probably one of the intriguing things, And so, but yeah, it's a pretty good slate compared to what they're going against because they're going against the NFL, which is a totally different monster. But I think this is a good slate comparable to like with the NFL, but we all know, unfortunately, the NFL is gonna dominate the day. Unfortunately,
X, you gonna boo him?
Nah.
X, I don't believe you. You're 38. You know you're a Shaquille and Kobe guy. You're not. Are you a Showtime Laker?
Shaq and Kobe.
You're Shaq and Kobe. I knew it. Phil Jackson, coach. I knew it. I was kidding.
But nah, I'm not gonna boo.
Yeah, I was going to say Showtime. You was a baby.
Yeah,
he was a baby.
88.
Yeah, Showtime. Yeah, and they already won. All they titles in the 80s. I'm for real. Well, the last one was like, yeah.
I ain't no good. I'm driving on Chippenham thinking. I said, hold up, he 38. Oh, he faking. He a Shaq and Kobe. He an Eastern Conference select. Hey, coach. He an Eastern Conference Lakers. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the Showtime when they was running up and down the court. Nah, they was posting up and everything.
Feed the big man. Feed the big man.
And those are some good times. Those are some good Lakers teams.
Oh man,
2000s. They were fun to watch.
Tell me that Sacramento versus Lakers, bro.
That was one of the best series.
Seriously, bro.
Don't forget that Portland one. That
was epic.
That kicked off everything.
2000, Y'all had that. Y'all were down by 14 points in the fourth quarter. Y'all came back in the New Orleans series.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And then,
go ahead. I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead, bro.
and then getting that win in Sacramento in 2002, and that essentially Sacramento never looked back, unfortunately.
Yeah. The Tim Donaghy game.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I think Chris Webber should have stuck Shaq. Like, you know, he was saying such and so. I remember they interviewed. He was like, "Yeah, man, you know, people scared." Blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, you probably should be sticking Shaq. Like, you know, but wasn't no answer.
Yeah.
Nah.
No answer, man.
Shaq was
Nah.
unstoppable. He was unstoppable. Yeah, he was unstoppable.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna tell you, like when I see the Showtime Lakers, I felt like they was magical. But the Kobe, Shaq, and them Lakers, they was like giants. Be like, you know what I'm saying? Like you to even get close, even compete to make them like really, 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 really struggle. Man, you had to really be smart. It was like David and Goliath. Like it's like you just knew they had a chance to win, man. Like it was hard to beat. Even on a video game, it was hard to beat. Like, you know, like it was crazy.
Man, yeah, and that's crazy because Kobe was just getting into his.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing too, where it's like he was doing this thing, and then Shaq was just dominant, like effortlessly dominating. Yeah, those are some scary teams, man.
And then, you know, I like the fact that they was able to be their own Laker champions. They didn't, you know how they compare, you know how they be comparing teams and blah, blah, blah. Like, man, they were so dominant. Like, you know, I think, you know, if you was to compare Showtime and them, Showtime maybe was fun, but Shaq and Kobe years, they were dominant. They was scary.
Yeah, and then you just think the fact of how you got Shaq, what pretty much when his 4th or 5th year in the league. So you pretty much got prime Shaq. Unlike with the Showtime, you got Kareem. You had Kareem at a great time, but not like not at the prime like how Shaq was. And you know, it is different levels to it, but both are great in their own right. But Shaq won't touch nobody.
Real quick, I was watching this documentary called, you know, something Magic City, about Magic City, and Shaquille said that when he got the phone call of him being the first $100 million man or something like that, like he was the first 100 million or 102 million. He signed this $120 million deal. He was in Magic City. You know what I mean? I was like, I looked at my mom's like, that's why he looks like, man, I made a lot of mistakes when I was young. Like, you know, excuse me.
Yeah, because that was like during the Olympics. Yeah, and I remember like when he signed that deal because it was like during the Olympics. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And that was 30 years ago. That is unreal. Like I can remember like when all that went down. Like as far as you know, the contract negotiations and him going to the Lakers and then, you know, the 96 Dream Team. And I think that was 30 years ago. That's spooky.
So he was the first one. It wasn't Robinson.
I think he probably was. I mean, back then, yeah, because guys weren't getting that kind of money back then. Because I think David Robinson, but yeah, I think he was the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, back in them days, yeah.
Okay.
And now you look at guys about to make $70 million, which is unreal. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Man.
Crazy. So we'll talk about this Lakers situation.
Right.
So they were bought. Well, I want to go in different routes with this, but I'll try to keep it as PC as possible. So the Lakers, they were bought today. by Bob Iger, who used to be with Disney, and then Jared Kushner's brother, which we all know who Jared Kushner is. Jared Kushner is the the former owner of the New Jersey Generals of the USFL. Some might call him the president, but I call him the former owner of the of the New Jersey franchise in the USFL.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put it that way. So Jared Kushner's brother and then Bob Iger bought the team for 12.5 billion today?
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
and then last year, um, the Lakers were sold for $10 billion last year. So, fellas, I'm gonna let y'all have this one.
Mm-hmm.
I try to kind of clean it up as much as I can in these couple of minutes because I got some thoughts on it. So I'm gonna go with you first, X. What your thought on the sale of this Lakers team?
When I first saw the initial report, I had did a double take. I had to go back and like, what, what is going on? Honestly, I didn't hear anything or know anything about a potential sale of the Lakers that was happening. Um, weren't Kushner and Iger in a bid to for the team in Vegas for the potential team that was coming to Vegas?
I say it again.
And I said Iger and Kushner. Weren't they in the bid for weren't they in the bid
Kushner,
together
yeah.
for the expansion team in Vegas? That's what I saw. That's why I saw that and
Not that I'm
then I
aware of. I mean, yeah, but then there's other people too in the mix. They,
yeah.
like it's other. That's like a lot of people kind
So
of in the
okay.
mix of trying to get that Las Vegas.
So it just no, so was it just those two together as a partnership trying to get the team in Vegas, or they was a part of a whole like another part of a group?
I, I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, I know
Okay.
as far as they're not the sole, like as far as other people that have been trying to put in bids for that,
Mm-hmm.
they might be and they're together probably, but
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, just seeing that, I was shocked. Like I said, didn't see it coming. Um, I see they got the thumbs of approval from Magic. I mean, he so I mean in my opinion it is yet to be determined. Um, I'm still in shock for the most part. While also trying to do some quick research of what transpired. Saw something that's some FBI investigation of was it Mark Walters?
Yeah.
Ooh, what
I
he do?
hold on. Everything just follow the paper trail. Everything always stops at the money. So I just leave it at that. So I'm assuming he's going to use the profit that he made off of that to put put towards whatever money situation he got going on. Um, I would like to say I hope Kushner and Iger have the best interest of the Lakers, but like I said, that's yet to be determined. Um, we shall see. I guess we just let it play out in front of us and then determine it from there. But I don't know if y'all seen it, but I've never seen a team get sold and then resold within a
In a year.
year. So it's unheard of. It's really unheard of.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
that's all I got. like I said, I'm still processing everything.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm like the same way. All right, what you got, Mel?
I don't have much. I sent you guys something in the chat because I saw some things that the gentleman was breaking down about the two new owners. I didn't hear. I'm hoping, Coach, that you can elaborate allegedly on some of the stuff the past owner might be in. But
Yeah.
just I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I've seen in the last 8 months, a lot of people connected to LA is getting into a lot of trouble or something. Just like Kawhi and the Clippers, Gilbert Arenas. These are all alleged. I'm guessing I'm supposed to say. Also, Harden. I'll send y'all some stuff about that. That is wild to see. It just seemed like there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes where I'm guessing there's illegal stuff going on. You know what I mean? And like, I know I'll talk to you about off air. I don't even want to do that, but it just seemed like it's a lot of weird stuff going on, and the Lakers look like Utah 2.0. Like it's wow. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hope everything work out for you, X. On you, Coach.
Still got Luka. Still got Luka.
I mean, this is an interesting duo. Obviously, with Joshua Kushner. Yeah, it's.
Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, I mean,
understand.
It's weird. It's just an odd. What do you mean?
I don't know what you mean by it's. I don't know them. I don't know them.
Well, like I talked about it. So Joshua Kushner, his brother's Jared Kushner. So Jared Kushner is pretty much he's Donald Trump's brother-in-law.
Oh,
so
son-in-law.
And not brother-in-law, son-in-law. One of my
Okay.
So Jared Kushner does some stuff, and as far as there's a lot of conflict of interest types of stuff. So he gets stuff as people would say off the strength of who he knows. So a lot of conflict of interest. So that's why I'm kind of like, it's interesting because we all know, although we're not talking about Jared, but we're talking about his brother. We all know kind of how it all goes, where if Jared is doing something, many would assume Josh is doing the same, not the same, but they're similar. Right. Like birds together flock together type situation. And it's nothing like, so that's, to me, is a little questionable considering the fact kind of who they run with. So to me, when it comes to this type of stuff, and a lot of people say, we shouldn't mix sports and politics together. This is another thing where it's cross-pollinating. And then this whole thing with Bob Iger, which is interesting because he used to be the CEO of Disney. So it's kind of like, okay, how this team is going to be, like as far as how and what image, like you pointed to X earlier, what's the intent? Like hopefully this isn't the good intent for this franchise. But if we're sitting here with being 100% honest, like man to man, do I think they have the best interest of the franchise? No, in my personal opinion. So part of me looks at this like, I'm really curious how this Laker team will be ran. That's where I'm kind of like, Obviously, I don't know really much about the previous owner, but even we talked about, I think last year, where that was the end of the family business in the NBA concern, because they were the last of the dying breed, where it was a family business and it was always going to be passed down to the generations. That's done now. So this Lakers team is going to be different than any other Lakers team that we have seen. Like we talked about, you know, the Showtime Lakers. We talked about essentially, this Kobe Shaq era in the early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
and that was built on essentially loyalty and family ties.
Right.
Because Jerry Buss was, essentially was someone that loved his players like that was his family. Like he treated Magic Johnson, and you see like kind of how he took guys under his wing. Them days over with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really just curious how this duo will lead this Lakers team going forward.
Right.
So I try not to get into it. Try to give you a little surface level and kind of like, but I'm just telling you.
But hey, Ed. Hey, Ed.
Yo,
you good? You know why?
why?
Because Magic gave you the thumbs up. Yeah, it's showtime. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
And again,
I'm a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous because I just think as Lakers, that was the mystique of it. That from Showtime, that it was a family business. And I mean, I'm not gonna knock them because business is about the flip. And I don't know. I mean, maybe X, you can help me. I don't know about the grandchildren and things of that nature. It's just like U crops. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it was left to the grandchildren. They sold it and they doing more like sports. I'm guessing athleticism events or something like that. I don't know how to. Was the grandchildren tied in to the Lakers?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
because
So
Jeannie don't have no kids. Because Jeannie, she didn't have no kids. Don't she have any kids?
I don't know. I
I
don't
I
don't.
think
don't think
so.
she had
I
any
don't think
kids. Yeah.
so. I don't think
So
so.
when you
So
look at it, get your money. I think they still own, like, from what I heard allegedly on ESPN today, that they own 17%. I don't know about they still own 17%. I don't know about, because I heard when Magic left, Rob ran almost everything. And I think this past year they started getting like presidents and vice putting people in position to actually do their job.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, um, I guess the other questions is what y'all think they're gonna do with JJ and Rob, man. You know what I mean? Because I don't think, from what I saw today, they said the last owners they did a 5-year deal with Jenny, and she was supposed to be like head of basketball operations or something. With
Yeah,
this new deal,
I think they said she's gonna remain in the governor of the team
okay.
for I guess this is what going into year 2 of that 5-year deal.
So is she
Or
still gonna have that now?
yeah. They
Okay,
said that
okay,
they said they're gonna honor it.
okay. They better. Them fans gonna be upset.
Oh,
I'm
they're
just
gonna
I'm
be upset.
saying they're gonna be upset. It's Los Angeles. Did you
Oh
see
yeah.
what they did to Hulk Hogan?
But
Get a few more years.
as for JJ and JJ and Rob, I feel like they have this year to prove it.
Mm,
Yeah.
Because like I said, you bringing in new ownership. JJ JJ wasn't part of the matter of fact, JJ wasn't even part of the old regime hiring. He was a part when Jeannie
Yeah.
was
The
the owner of
governor.
the team.
mm,
Yeah, the governor of the team. So JJ has been in his short coaching career, he's
Yeah.
had 2 different governors oversee the team that he's coaching. And like I said, that's unheard of in sports. Especially a team like the Lakers
Yeah.
for that prestigious team to be sold twice in 2 years is twice within a year of each other is like I said
wow.
under yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like this new ownership group is gonna give we'll probably give them this year,
That's it, bro.
and then you'll probably see depending on and depending on how the Lakers do throughout the season and in the playoffs,
Yeah.
you could potentially be seeing a new head coach and um GM for the Lakers.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's all determining on the success of the Lakers this season.
Yeah, when you cough up $12.5 billion, they're gonna get it in their own image. And
Yeah.
the thing is too, and even like the success as well, because you think about it, if they aren't successful, you pretty much hedge all your bets on Luca because you allowed him essentially to be the GM of this team. You got what he pretty much got the team that he really wanted in certain aspects. But yeah, they coming in at $12.5 billion. They gonna put in who they want to put in. So yeah, they definitely on a short leash for sure. And who knows who gonna be their coach? I don't even want to go there. I
I
don't even
know
want to.
We'll
Egg.
we'll
I know
cross
X.
that bridge when we get there.
You've been so
Yeah,
confident. Just so beautiful. So confident. X, I knew you was like, what the hell? Man, let's go Lions. I know you was saying that because you was like, I'm not even trying to be thinking about
yeah.
these Lakers right now. Cause
Because
boy,
To me, this has been one of the most um unpredictable off seasons in the NBA I've seen. I
mm,
think I've ever seen. I can't even. Maybe the LeBron decision, him leaving Cleveland to go to Miami, but that was just one thing.
yeah,
right,
This off season has been a lot.
right.
yeah, yeah.
So
My goodness.
and it's
It's
still
been
going. It's
yeah,
still
it's still
stuff that
going. Right.
it's still stuff that's unanswered.
Loose ends, loose ends.
Right.
Yes. And I'm not just talking about the Lakers. I'm talking about the other team
Yeah,
in LA.
Hmm.
Um,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I feel the same way about my Steelers. Like, I'm asking people, how you feel about it, and they looking at me like, man, I don't know. I said I feel the same way. It's such a toss up. I don't have a clue. You know what I mean? So I know how you feel, but yeah, man.
I just feel so bad for Brandon Ingram because it's just like, what do I do? Because him and Grady and all
Mm.
and those guys. I'm like, okay,
so
are we
so
are we
did,
going to LA or what?
so
Like,
I mean, did they report to LA? I mean, I'm
I
pretty sure they
mean,
did. I'm pretty sure they
they
did
did
once
well,
because
which
Kawhi is still in Toronto.
right. So yeah, because like during the summer league, Brandon Ingram was there. When the Clippers was playing. So and that's the crazy thing about it is they let the trade happen, but then like a few weeks later, like, well, we won't rescind it because you know how like they always had the deals if it's pending a physical or pending a physical or the league new year, which I think was like July 6th or whatever.
Hmm.
But it's like, how'd y'all let this go, knowing that an investigation was looming? Because now, think about it, we about like 5 weeks away from training camp. If I'm Brandon Ingram, where the hell do I go? Where do I go?
Yeah, and this issue that we talking about now is it's a bad look
It's a bad.
because
Right.
because like you have to make a decision like ASAP because like you said, coach, you 5 weeks out of training camp. A lot of these players have already started their own little mini training camp doing open runs and stuff with their teammates or Rico Hines UCLA runs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Right. Because I'm
I
like,
mean,
okay, right. How about either I'm gonna get taxed crazy in LA or I'm gonna get taxed twice because I'm in two countries.
and then you also got to figure out um once the dust settles on the whatever decision is made, then the punishment that gets handed out, suspensions,
Yeah.
fines,
Draft
potent
picks.
potential loss of draft picks. Clippers don't have a
Yeah.
draft pick of their own again until 2030. And then
21?
that's 4 years where they don't have a draft pick of their own.
Right.
And then you potentially about to lose more draft picks. I'm assuming they can't take their draft picks until the after the 2030s until the 2030 draft.
I don't know. And it's because I don't, and it's crazy because I don't even know how
Because
they're gonna punish this situation because like
you can't take the draft picks away that they gave away because the draft picks went to OKC and other teams. You can't take
right,
away
but
those
they
draft
already
picks.
given
Yeah.
away.
So I don't.
They trying to drag it until people forget about it because
You,
it ain't too many people really talking about it, but people are. You know what I mean? If you
it's not a it's not a big headline, but you got other media outlets talking about it because
But it's
anytime
yeah. Mhm.
because anytime you hear Pablo Torre's name,
yeah,
you automatically start to attach the Clippers
With
and
this
that
situation.
situation to it.
right,
So
Yeah.
we need a solution
But the
as soon as
crazy thing, yeah.
possible.
But the crazy thing about it is it's been around for months.
right,
That's a weird thing about all this. Like it's been around. Like this isn't like breaking news.
right.
And it's like and like you said, it's like you sweeping this under the rug.
They are.
And it's
I mean,
crazy because like,
it's looking
yeah,
like it is anyway. You know,
I
my bad.
mean, who y'all? I mean, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you like with the whole situation because because the fake slash dummy company they got investigated like in December because they got audited in like December, and then Pablo at least talked about it at least like maybe like February or March, so it's been around. So it's and that's like and then it's almost some 2027. You don't have time like that, like 2027 in what 4 or 5 months. So what's gonna happen with this situation? And it was weird because like how they trade Kawhi because remember it was like kind of instant because
Mm-hmm.
nobody was really talking about Kawhi getting traded at all. Then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, boom, he gets traded to Toronto like it felt like in the dead of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what's this when he wasn't interested to play in Toronto? Because at first I thought it was a joke. If it
Mm-hmm.
weren't for Shams, I wouldn't have believed it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, he want to go to Toronto. Okay,
Don't make no sense, right? I
he
believe.
didn't.
This is just what I think may happen. I think they may
Tenfold,
let it.
tenfold, tenfold conspiracy. Let's go.
I think that they gonna let it. They not gonna let it go, but they're gonna let the trades let it go for what it is. Because like your guy said, got 5 weeks left. Let the trade go, and then the ruling gonna happen after the trade, and then he'll probably get some type of suspension or something like that. It probably or something like that. You know what I
He's
mean?
getting he's getting suspended.
Oh yeah, he's getting suspended.
Because
Yes, he's gonna get suspended.
all of a sudden he's changing his, his uncle ain't there. He got other representation. He got all this other stuff where it's looking like he trying to clean house a little bit. You know what I mean?
He might get some Meta World Peace numbers, like 70 games. No, I mean that'd be 70, but probably about 50. I think probably about 50
That's
or
what I'm saying.
more. And then
That's what I'm
Toronto
saying.
said, look, we're not gonna be on the hook for the trade if the consequences behind it. So they might as well
Hmm.
just rescind the trade. Because to me at this
Yeah.
point, if they don't want to accept what's gonna happen, because it's gonna happen, he's gonna get suspended. Because what he did, he'll be lucky that he'll get 50 games. I think I'm giving him grace by giving him 50 games.
And do you think this is gonna hurt his legacy?
No, no,
No.
that no,
The
because
injuries have ruined his legacy in a sense. I'm
I
being
don't,
honest. I mean,
I I don't think this scandal hurts his legacy because it's nothing that's dealing with on the court. All this is off the court, behind the court. Off the court, behind the scene issues, and I'm pretty sure he isn't the first to try this. Um, it just so happened somebody probably rubbed somebody the wrong way, and then somebody started spilling the beans.
Yeah, and this
So,
because of the audit. But and honestly, he got caught because of the audit of that company. That was it like a tree company or something like that. Got what it
mhm.
was. Because the only reason why he got caught because it was an audit, and they had him under, you know, under that company name. So I
It's crazy.
mean, it's insane.
It's crazy.
It's really insane. So, fellas, we talk a little football now. So we know that the Hall of Fame ceremony was last Saturday, which was a very great um, ceremony. Definitely huge shout out to with Adam Vinatieri, Larry Fitzgerald. I said Vinatieri, Pat Fitzgerald. I mean, not Pat Fitzgerald. Just Lord, I'm talking about the coach from damn Northwestern. Like that. Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Roger Craig, and Drew Brees. So definitely huge shout out to the class of 2026. So always at the end of the ceremony, we always talk about who's potentially to be the first ballot Hall of Famers for the class of 2027. So I got a few names that are eligible for next year's enshrinement in Canton. So we Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Big Ben, Richard Sherman, and Rob Gronkowski. But there's one name I really want to talk about tonight in Pacific. It's Adrian Peterson. And I'll roll down his information, his stat line, and everything. So he played 15 seasons in the league. He's a 2012 MVP, 4-time All-Pro, 3-time rushing leader, member of the 2010 All-Decade team. As we all know, in 2011, coincidentally, was against the Washington Redskins at the time, where he tore his was ACL and MCL on Christmas Eve of 2011. Come back the very next year in 2012, it has 297 yards, a few yards short of the record of Eric Dickinson's current record. So in his career, he had 14,918 rushing yards and 120 touchdowns. Fellas, should Adrian Peterson be a first ballot Hall of Famer? What's your first X? What you got?
No doubt about it.
Yep.
He was at that time he was one of, if not the best running back in the league. Like you said, Coach, you said he tore his ACL what
Christmas
Christmas
Eve.
Eve, Christmas Eve of 2011, and then within 9-10 months he was back on the field for the Minnesota Vikings. Rushed for over 2,000 yards. You said he had 120 touchdowns for his career. I'm assuming he got 10,000 plus rushing yards for his career.
14,918.
Like those numbers alone puts him. He is what in the top 3, 4. I know he's top
Probably.
5 all time.
Yeah, top five, yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. He's top 5 all time in rushing. Like, I mean, and he won the MVP as a running back, where now that award is set aside for quarterbacks. He didn't he beat out Peyton Manning for the MVP?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Huh?
like I said, no, I'm saying, in my opinion, he's a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. But
Mm-hmm.
but then you think about now they, for some reason, which I don't like and I don't understand, they wanna put in the off the field stuff. which to me has no bearing on what they did on the field. Because I think they had to find a reason why T.O. wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. So with that being said, if I had to vote, he'll be, or if I had to say, he'll be a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yep.
What you got, Mal?
I got a few more. I got a first player to have a rushing TD with 6 different teams. Fifth player to rush over 1,000 yards over the age 33 and from 33 or over age wise. He's four times first team All Pro. He was 3 times second team All Pro, 7 Pro Bowls, three rushing titles. Like, it's ridiculous, man. He's the last player that wasn't a QB that got the MVP. You know what I mean? Like, and what are we talking about here? Like, you know what I mean? He has every accolade that you can have. Even when people said he was done, he still was capitalizing as an older player will. So no, the off the field thing. I think the only thing I seen was, the thing with his child.
Yeah.
That was it.
Late.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
All right. That later on, the players union fought and they let it go. You know what I mean? And then if look, man, we all human. They play football. You know what I mean? They're athletes. And then you hear the story of where he come from. What is you talking about? For him to do all that wonderful things and be able to make it to the Hall of Fame, man, I can't wait to hear his speech. From the time his mom running track, his father played basketball, messed his leg up because of an accident his brother did. Watching his young brother get killed by you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? His watching his brother get killed riding a bike by a person who was drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you said you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Come from hard times to end up being one of the best running backs in NFL history. One of the best. Number 5, not number 5, not 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the NFL, he is number 5.
Yeah.
He deserves to be first ballot. You know what I mean? Especially, for how they treated Bill Belichick, they got to make it right. You know what I mean? But that's really it for me. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it.
From a stats perspective, yes, a shoe-in.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, but and like into X point where I don't even know what is a first ballot Hall of Fame at this point in their criteria. Although we just had Drew Brees was the first ballot. Luke Keaton is a first. Was he a first? No.
No, I think this
was
the
second.
second.
I don't know. Oh, it's second. It's the second. Okay.
I think it's the second time.
So it's Larry Fitzgerald and Drew Brees. So essentially in this class, it was them two that had first ballot. Like you talked about T.O., which T.O. should have been in, because it took him like 3 times?
2.
He was like 2 times. Okay. And that shocked me because I'm like, just his numbers alone warrant him to be in the Hall of Fame. We talked about Bill Belichick in February, which is shocked. Like, really, like, regardless of even regardless of how I feel about what he's doing in Carolina, he's burning the building down in Chapel Hill, but he still deserves the nod.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you feel. And with him, I know the situation with everything. And even I think, like you talked about, like, even when he was with us in 2018, he had 1,000 yards with us in 2018, which, I mean, you think he was like 33, 34 at the time. So that was, I mean, he had a hell of a season with us. So, and that was after everybody said he was done, he was washed. And I remember people clowning him like, oh, look at old man Peterson. But that's the one that ran like 80 yards against Philly in that play. Y'all call him an old man? Like, all right, say less. So, but that scandal was huge because I remember when it happened, because I don't know if y'all remember, because that's when they started putting you on. I forgot what was the name of the list,
The
So it's
exempt
almost
list.
exempt list. Yeah, so it's almost like being in school. I used to call it being in school suspension, where you getting paid, but you're suspended. Like you got to still go to school even though you're suspended. So that's why I looked at it as an in school suspension. I knew, and it was crazy because, and that suspension was kind of forced because I remember when it all went down and he was talking like on the podium, and then all of a sudden, like he had like a press conference, and then like maybe the next day or so later, he gets suspended. Well, he gets on the exempt list, and it's because the sponsors forced their hand. Because I had thought about it. Who was in those backgrounds of those backdrops for those press conferences? Okay, so that might be where the pressure came from that situation. Because a lot of people, and I remember we were on air at the time, and I think it was 2014. We talked about it, and in the time we didn't want to be offensive to what was going on with the situation because we know, at a certain age, that's how you got disciplined. I know, people, it's a different age. So when we looked at it back in 2014, we all have had stories where we have had, maybe not as young, but almost in that same level. Like I remember at least being, maybe school age of getting a whooping. So, I know the child may have been 3 or 4 or something like that at the time. But it's kind of one of the things where that was more so of the pressure from the brands, more so than the situation at hand. So, although that was like, in it, when it's time for them to vote in January or February, it'll be 13 years. So it's like, it's I still think, regardless of it, I think he will be inducted come February when Super Bowl week. We'll have Adrian Peterson getting a gold jacket.
Can I say something,
so
Coach?
long. Yeah.
I tell you this. I'm gonna have a big issue if Big Ben get a first ballot nod and Adrian Peterson don't. We're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a problem.
We're gonna have a huge problem.
I'm sorry, Maui. I'm sorry, Maui.
Tiki torches.
We gonna have a big problem.
A big fight, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, ain't it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Because I look at his situation
way worse.
Way worse. So if it happens,
hey, don't call the pot, call the kettle, call the pot kettle.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing. No. If that happens and then Bill Belichick don't get in for a second time for this time, it's a wrap. Like no.
And then I was listening to Nightcap, and he was talking about Bill Belichick. And he said, and I remember Shannon saying, I'm just gonna paraphrase what he said. If he was pretty much saying, if Bill Belichick isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer as a coach,
right?
Who is? Because that means, and I did Andy Reid. Then I also didn't know that Mike Shanahan wasn't in the Hall of Fame.
No, and I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
absolutely.
He won back-to-back Super Bowls with that Denver team, but
and he was instrumental in the San Francisco 49ers in the 90s. Yes, I agree.
And you think, well, look at his coaching tree, which is still relevant.
Exists. Right.
Even
Kubiak won a ring.
And then his son, and then Kubiak's son is like that.
Yeah. He's not in the Hall of Fame. No.
And when Shannon said that, I couldn't believe it because he may have said it before. I just wasn't like paying attention to it when he said, but for the fact that when he said it that time, and I was like, "Oh, Mike Shanahan not in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Has he even been up for?"
And now I don't think so. Come to think about it, I've never heard him like come up as like a finalist.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, he
Um,
definitely deserved to be there.
since you two gentlemen, I kind of felt attacked. I'm not gonna lie, but I ain't gonna front, man. I feel the same way.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I feel the same way. So it's no excuse, and like that's why I'm saying, man. It's these dudes are full athletes, man. Like they're prima
yeah.
donnas, and they put themselves in in situations. But this is not that. This is that situation. Like you said, certain people in the brand there was pressure there. But the player he fought, he did it. He didn't agree, so he did it the way you're supposed to. You know what I mean? He didn't protest. He paid his lawyers. He went to the union. He appealed it. He did the necessary things that you're supposed to do to take care of the situation. Just like Jermaine O'Neal did that we didn't know about the brawl. Just like Tom Brady did about what is it, the scandal, the
The
air,
fl- the
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 flick
Flake
game.
Gate,
the flake gate. That I nobody even know until he probably talked about it that it was appealed and it was thrown out. But he did everything you supposed to do. So
Mhm.
you're not about to tell me Tom Brady's not about to go. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
2028 he's up in 2 years. Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there.
So we're talking
Pretty
about a
sure
guy
first
that's
13.
number 5. You know he in a QB, but he's number 5. Like he won MVP as a running back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he dealt with the pressure. You went personal. I'm trying to figure out how did they even find out that happened? Somebody turned him in or something?
What about the situation
But
about
the situation, yeah,
the mother?
the mother. Boy,
Yeah,
I cannot
yeah.
wait for the game ball,
Because
boy.
she had showed like the markings and the bruises and this and that third. Yeah, it was the
And
mom.
and and what he's supposed to say.
I don't
You know
know,
what I mean? He ain't supposed to. Yeah, I spanked him because But anyway,
but
I agree with you guys though. If
I
Ben can
think
get in, like Adrian
yeah,
Peterson can get in.
I think he'll get in though. I
He
still
needs
think
to be
he'll get
first ballot
in.
though.
I think he'll get in. I think he'll get
Hmm.
in. Next year. The only thing about all this type of situation is because remember it used to be you couldn't have bias in these decisions, but
Hmm.
we've known time and time again biases are in these votes.
Right.
I mean, Bill Belichick is a crystal clear example because of just the fact of how because like we talked about it, Bill Bill is not the lovable guy that many people think he is around some people, especially when it comes to
Hmm.
media. There's a lot of people, and I tell you, people talk, and there's a lot of stuff about people talk about Bill Belichick. So just imagine those same people who get in the room and got to vote for stuff like that, because so they're looking at their personal bias of that situation. Because there's a lot of people. Bill Belichick is not liked in a lot of media circles
Right.
Yeah.
because unlike because we know Bill don't give you much, and people want a lot of stuff. Bill don't give you much.
Right.
Bill will he'll give you crumbs. He'll give you crumbs. He don't give you much. So a lot of people don't like that.
Right.
If I can't get intel about this team, I can't write a story about this team because he don't have a certain amount of practice and he don't really allow media to be around. Those are the same people in the Boston market and all this stuff. Could even probably back even in Cleveland, you know, where he don't give you much. So of course they're gonna take that out on him.
Right.
So
Hmm.
it's
You,
really
you, I hear what y'all saying. When I see him around, I think I seen him on NFL Network, and he had like players that he respect, and you see the personality there when he's really talking football with some of the greats. You know what I mean? Like that was the only time I was like, wow, he really got a personality. But it just seemed like he fed into that character of
Yeah.
being like the mean old villain type of coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he was great on Inside the NFL, and that's where I looked at him transitioning to Carolina. I was like, well, I think this is gonna be a good fit because you seen a different Bill on Inside the NFL. He was great, like great. And you're like, okay, well, if he does this at Carolina, I'm like, I can see some potential here.
Right.
But he goes back to his old ways. And I'm gonna tell you, like last year, oh, people from Chapel Hill was talking. Everybody in that Tobacco Row area, oh, I was ear hustling like crazy. Because they was telling some stuff last year. Oh, we don't know anything. He don't even invite us to practice. I'm like, oh, he don't, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, people talk.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I got ears to listen.
Well, before we move on, what about the other coach? How you think he's since he's the basketball coach? How's he doing?
Mike Malone?
Yeah.
Not
His
sure.
transition. I know you haven't seen him coach, play or without it, but have y'all heard anything how he's doing down there? Is he transitioning well or recruiting or anything like that?
I haven't really heard anything. I know that he is recruiting a lot of I think I see he's going he's getting with the times. Especially getting a lot of size because you're gonna need that to contend.
Mm-hmm.
Solid guard play that he picked up in the portal. So he's doing his due diligence to restore the prestige of North Carolina.
Okay.
So I'm eager to see. I've seen a couple of clips of, like, I guess not team practices, but like open runs and stuff they got with the team. So they look like they gelling pretty good. Saw some good ball movement. So I'm pretty sure he's getting his point across and trying to institute his style of play. I can see North Carolina running more of a pro style offense.
Yeah.
Probably something similar to
We did in Denver.
Yeah. So don't be surprised if you see a 7-footer center.
Because he recruited a guy.
Yeah,
Like,
that's able to ball handle, initiate the offense, stuff like that. Not saying that he gonna be Jokic or anything, but he's probably found someone that he feels comfortable with having out there and being able to play making stuff like that from the 5 position.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll come along.
Yeah.
Yep. So, fellas, let's talk about Anthony Richardson. The fall of Anthony Richardson needs to be studied. So, we know Anthony Richardson Sr. Was the 4th overall pick in the 2023 NFL draft. So, currently, he's on the Colts depth chart as the 3rd quarterback. So, he's behind Daniel Jones, the starter, and Riley Leonard, of former Dookie and former Notre Dame standout. So, but he has an opportunity. He will start in tomorrow's game versus the New England Patriots. Let's just talk about Anthony Richardson, man. Like, this is a make or break preseason for him. You guys' thoughts on Anthony Richardson being the 3rd string quarterback?
It's time for him to get out of Indianapolis. It's time for a fresh start. I'm gonna just start with that. I think he rubbed a lot of people in that locker room, probably in that front office, the wrong way when he pulled himself out of the game, saying that he was tired.
Yeah.
and I felt like he never fully recovered from that. So, and then it's not, and not trying to, how they say,
Beat a
kick a
dead horse.
player. Yeah, beat a dead horse, kick a player when he down, but you can tell that he hasn't progressed. It's like he almost regressed, or
Mm.
just or just
Yeah.
um just stayed the same. It's like you heard the stories about he'll be the, as a quarterback, the last one in, the first to leave. I wonder if that's still the case in Indianapolis. Um,
Dang.
if you watch him play, you still see he struggles with reading coverages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that you kind of get a sense of his study habits, work habit. So it
Yeah.
I know people hate to throw the bust word around. I'm not gonna do that, but
Mm-mm.
I think he needs a change of scenery, and he really needs a lot of time to develop. I mean, if he can be a good QB2 14,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but it's just finding the finding
Opportunity.
the finding the opportunity, finding the right team, and finding a coach that's willing to put in the work. Well, not gonna say put in the work, but that's patient enough
Yeah.
Right.
to watch and help his development.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna throw this team out there because he ain't gonna get that starting position no time soon. Is going go to KC,
I was gonna say the
play
same thing.
Well, they
play
got Justin
behind.
Fields, so he'd be
I mean,
QB3 again.
but I'm not saying right now. I'm just talking about at some point. At some point, trying to find your way to KC.
Yeah.
I don't see Fields being there as a long term
Yeah.
QB2.
Um,
I know he's going to try to go somewhere where he can at least have a fighting chance of earning a chance to compete for a starting QB spot. But with Anthony Richardson, him going to KC, he can learn from Big Red. He can learn from Patrick Mahomes. Is Eric Bieniemy still
Oh, see,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
back on it? Well,
Yeah.
he can learn from EB, stuff like that. So him going to KC could ultimately save his career.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but yeah.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Everything you saying, I was gonna say, and I was gonna pick KC too. Only reason I was gonna pick Kansas City because the the information I was getting today was, you know, he made that mistake, and as a young player, he made a mistake. He got thrown to the wolves of the Colts, and you know, these injury issues. That one mistake made everybody look at him as a situation. So like, really, him going somewhere else, he could have a fresh start. Um, I'm thinking, I was, I was just thinking, I'm thinking of guys who was offensive coordinators that had good relationships with their quarterbacks. I'm gonna say the Saints. I'll definitely say Kansas City, and I may be reaching, but I really want to say the Titans. Is it the Titans or is it Jacksonville, where the quarterback coach or offensive coordinator helped was at Tampa Bay and
Baker Mayfield.
helped Baker Mayfield? Which
Oh,
one was it?
Jacksonville. Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Something like that. And it's not. It's not because it's something special there. He has that marquee look. You can look at him and tell he really needs if he really needs to understand what it means to be a starting quarterback. He needs to even know how to be a number two. Because a number two to me, even though you're fighting for the position, once they say the position, you have to be the extra. Well, for a franchise quarterback, you need to be the extra eyes. Like I'm a Steeler, So Big Ben was my quarterback. Charlie Batch. Anytime Ben would get hurt, Batch would be there. We knew it. We had full confidence because Batch was going to just do what he's supposed to do. He ain't going to do anything outside what he's supposed to do. He going to do the job. You know what I mean? And to me, that's what your number two is supposed to be. And when I was hearing him talk today, I think he realized he made a mistake coming out the game and even speaking on it. I think he understands, the hand that has been dealt to him. Wasn't that good? You know what I'm saying? But he took it on the chin. I think if he go to another place, there's some places that have offensive coordinators or quarterback coach that are starting quarterbacks that you get that understand, like I said, when we first met, Coach, like when you have a quarterback, your offensive coordinator should design an offense for who to bring out his greatest thing. So I just want to say, I say KFC, maybe the Titans, Jacksonville, even the Saints.
And what's funny is he's in a system that's kind of similar to what you guys talk about. Shane Steichen comes from that Philadelphia tree. You see, like what he did with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So for him to be the third string is crazy. Like the fact that 3 years ago he was just drafted number 4, but yet again, it's a cautionary tale. We always talk about this NFL. Stop reinventing the wheel. You cannot get a guy who only had 15 starts in his college career and throw him into the wolves like you did for him at this point. Now, I understand if you would have had a plan to say, hey, we're going to get a quarterback to bridge the gap, almost like kind of what the Raiders are doing, bringing like a Kirk Cousins for like a Fernando Mendoza. Give him that opportunity, give him that time. But they threw Anthony Richardson
into the fire
early. So that's going to mess up with your confidence. And then the whole situation with the taking a break in the huddle, like leaving the huddle. And it's just like, that is going to be something like, it's almost like you've done irreversible damage to him. Now, and I get like the Kansas City part, but more than likely, they're going to try to get rid of him in this season. So if you do have him, but I don't think, because I think that third string quarterback, I forgot, he was all right too. I forgot who his name, because he balled last year for Kansas City. I forgot his name. I can't believe I forgot the dude's name. But I don't even know what's a good place for him. At this point, I always envision him going to the Rams. But then with them getting the kid, who they end up getting? Oh, Simpson from Alabama. I knew once that happened, because that was only the really logical place that he could go. At least he could still be behind the MVP candidate and Matthew Stafford. Maybe 2 or 3 years left in his name, but they just got a first-round draft pick. They use their first-round draft pick on the quarterback. So I was like, he's not going there. So it's like, I don't even know where. I mean, it's got to be an injury or something that happens.
I mean,
it's somewhere in the league, because I don't even really see a conceivable place where he could be a QB2. Because if he's gonna be a QB3,
UFL,
but that's even worse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But if you just picking a team where he can go and be QB2, it'll be a team
That's
like
true.
the Jets, where it's already a dumpster fire, and
right, and you got a guy that's already been on fire.
Yeah, so
it's like, the thing is, like, I liked how you guys like talked about good situations where there's going to be like, they're going to have a coach there. Aaron Glenn is going to be gone before Thanksgiving. Let's just keep it a buck. So yet again, he's going to go somewhere. He'll be a lame duck head coach.
Who
Be back at it again.
Who what about Miami?
Mm.
Well, Malik Willis and they like what's the other kid? The kid that used to sell teas. The kid that went to Texas. Oh, Quinn Ewers. QB3. QB3. We'll be all night with it. QB3 at best.
I don't think he need to be in Miami. I don't think that would be a good look for him.
Yeah, because he be QB3.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying
Malik.
Miami in general. I'm saying Miami in general because when he was talking, he just seemed like an immature kid that they put a lot of pressure on, and he's not ready for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, he need to go. He need to go to a team, if that's the case, where they're gonna help him mature faster.
Yeah.
And
I'm thinking of a team.
Okay.
So I'm thinking he just need to ball out these next 3 games in the preseason. You just hope something go. Now you don't hope, but there's gonna be an injury somewhere down the line, and somebody gonna need a QB2 or something like that down the line.
Right.
Because he got to ball out these next 3 games in the preseason because he's gonna start tomorrow. And hopefully the next 2 games.
Well, think about the teams that quarterback outside of KC that they got pretty much hurt this past season. Tampa Bay comes to mind with Baker. Baker was hurt a couple times.
Yeah. But that's another lame duck coach as well.
But you all, well, he didn't get, he didn't get hurt last year, but he is known to get hurt sometimes
and play through it.
Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville.
All right.
You did say they had the the coaching staff that helped develop Baker to what he is now.
Right.
So
let's get some depth charts. So so y'all keep doing it.
All right, so I got one for you. You remember the 49ers quarterback that they drafted early that was supposed to take over?
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. And that's who I'm comparing Richardson. I'm comparing it to him. So then I'm looking at that, okay, who was better? Who do you think was better?
Trey Lance.
Word?
Trey Lance at this point, at least.
All right, at this point, I got you. So, okay, bet. So I was like, okay, you say Trey Lance. So then I'm looking at Sam Darnold. How was he when he was drafted? He was drafted by the Jets? Who was he drafted by?
Right. The same place that X want him to go. And the same place that he want Anthony Richardson to go.
So what I'm thinking about Sam Darnold didn't do well, right? For the Jets, right?
No quarterback has done well for the Jets.
Listen to my take. Right. So, all right. So,
I was just picking a team where he could potentially be QB2
me too.
and get some reps in.
So, me too. So, okay, Sam Darnold. He got, and then what did Sam Darnold go after the Jets?
Carolina.
He went to
Carolina, San Fran.
San Fran.
And then did it Minnesota. Stay on Christmas night? Yep, in Minnesota.
Then Minnesota. Okay. Minnesota, he knew it was getting close to the end, and then he had his opportunity. Then he went to the Seahawks, and you see what happened. Okay, hold on. Let me tell you what I'm saying. And then the quarterback that was for the Jets, Geno, right? And then Geno did something, and he was never the same after that. And then what did Geno go after the Jets?
Seattle.
Everywhere.
He went everywhere, and then he went to Seattle.
And he back there. He back with the Jets.
So look, what I'm saying is he ended up going around and he got mature, and then he ended up getting a coach that backed him up, that he trusted, and he became the starter again. So back to what we're saying is there's still opportunity. The young man is just going to have to find him a place, and he's going to have to compete for it, and he's going to have to learn.
Well, I put it to all right. Since you said that, the 49ers the one coach I can think of that may have some type of success with him, just because I think he can build and tailor an offense
Philly.
to no San Fran,
Mm.
because Shanahan, regardless of what people may think of San Fran as a team or whatnot, he is one hell of a coach. He knows how to tailor an offense to the strengths of his quarterback, and we've seen him do it with. I think the only one that really didn't work out for was Trey Lance, but Trey Lance did get hurt.
He got hurt.
But
Yeah.
but when he got hurt, they had
Right.
um
The
I'm
last pick.
blanking on the dude name now. I don't mean to be
You talking
disrespectful.
about their backup quarterback now?
No, the quarterback, the starting quarterback. Now I'm
Oh,
blanking
Brock
on his
Purdy.
name.
Brock
Yeah,
Purdy.
Brock
Brock
Purdy.
Purdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So X, I'm gonna counter with you.
All right.
If he goes to San Francisco, he's gonna be QB3. Back at St. Once, because guess who's gonna be QB2? Michael
Mac
McCorkle
Jones.
Jones
Mm.
from Duval County. He's their backup quarterback.
I forgot all about that. Mac Jones was out
Another
there.
first round draft pick. I'm telling you,
And he looked
this,
and that's what I said, because he looked good in stints last season when Brock Purdy was out.
Purdy was out,
Mac
right?
Jones stepped in, and he looked like the Mac Jones that people
First round
thought
draft pick as
that
well.
was going to
Right.
be
Right.
The Tom Brady
leading.
parents. The Tom
Yes.
Brady in New England.
Yeah. So
And I get it. But we gotta really sit and think about it. Let's just be realistic.
Right.
It's musical chairs at this point.
Right.
It ain't even a chair for him to dance around when the music stops.
At all.
At this point. And like I said, he's gonna something's gonna have to happen where some of these depth charts kind of come off, and some of these quarterbacks not gonna be available.
Right.
Because yes, he's playing a game of musical chairs.
Mm-hmm.
He just going around in a circle. He don't even have a seat to sit at when the music stops. At this point, it's a wrap.
So
if he wants to leave, if he wants to get out of the QB3 spot,
right. All right. So y'all cover this league. Do you think that maybe he should just, to get more mature, maybe go to the UFL, and then he grows? If he and then he gets there, he grows, and he see that he's on a higher level to them, then he can come back to the league. You think?
I don't think he needs to go that.
If he goes there and he does shine, then that's pretty. And
he get a training camp invite.
Yeah, and then he come back to the NFL and does the same thing. You just he gave himself like a false sense of hope, because you're going from the NFL, which is up here.
Yeah,
I'm got you.
To going to playing against. No disrespect when I say this, but you're going down to playing against a lesser tier.
Yeah.
Group of guys.
I got you.
And the difference is so so far in between. That he'll build like a false sense of hope that he can compete. And then the thing that you don't want to happen could happen when he comes back. He makes his way back into training and
lose confidence.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. Like, you gotta be confident, especially playing the quarterback position in the NFL.
And I think it's just the timing. I don't necessarily think he needs to go back down to like that type of level, because at the end of the day, I know we saying it may not be no spot for him today, August 12th, but somebody's going to take a chance on a former first round draft pick down the line.
Okay.
So if he can sit still and be QB3 this year, there could be a potential for him down the road. I don't think he's done in the league, because it's just a simple fact of he's a first round draft pick. It's just like everybody, all the coaches, they all are going to be like, hey, we can rehabilitate him. That's how coach's ego are like that. So there will be a time for him. I just think it's the perfect time. I know he wanted to request a trade earlier in the year, which that lets me know, which is kind of telling when nobody really bid on that. So it's kind of one of those things where the timing just sucks for him to be QB3 at this point. And he's probably doesn't have to just stay there because, and like maybe the Kansas City might open up for him next year or down the road, but
he need to go on a podcast somewhere and he need to talk because like he need to talk and explain why he walked off and this and that and how does he look at it now so people could say okay he grew some because
he talked about it. He said he was tired.
Yeah, at the press conference, but now it's been years. It's about a year later that you got to talk about it, man. Now you trying to sell yourself. You know what I'm saying? You asked for a trade and you about to be third. You need to be working hard. Get you some people to, hire some people that's gonna be there to help you because you probably got to do it yourself because you don't really have the respect from everybody now because you got out the game and you said you was tired, which you shouldn't have been tired because that's your strongest thing is that you're so athletic. You know what I mean? You just have to do like what they say, character development or character fix up because when they think of you, they think of injuries, drafted 4, and that you basically locker room, and you say you got up and you were supposed to be the face and the head of the team of definitely the offense, and you said that you was tired. You took yourself out the game.
No, what you need to do after practice every night. We need to do after you get home, get him some good food, lock yourself in that house, get on the most comfortable chair, and you need to look at some film.
Right.
Be knee deep in some film.
Right. And study. Because first off, you getting injury, you getting injured too much, so you're gonna have to start trusting your line and your timing. Got to get better. Like he's a 60%, 50%, 59%. Completion rate,
which
not
is
that high.
god
Not
awful.
That. I don't even think he that high. I think
it's 50. I think it's 50%.
I'm about to say
no, that was last year. That was last year.
Yeah.
Mid to low 50s.
Like I said, get the best Chinese food in Indianapolis. Lock yourself in that house and read and look at that film. Look at that tablet.
Yeah, he's the career 47%.
Right. Like I said, get that tablet and get to studying.
Damn, man. You can at least just pitch the ball. Like the hell?
And the crazy thing about it, you had weapons. Yeah. It ain't like it ain't like you was devoid of talent. That's the scary thing about it. Like I said. Yeah. Ain't nowhere for him to go. At this point.
That's why I compared him to Trey Lance, because I was just like, you know what I mean? That was his issue. He was tall, blah, 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 and he just got hurt too much.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm telling you, you got to have guys that have more starts in college.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why these GMs don't. Like, there's a formula behind that. And people just don't follow that.
Right.
Which I don't get.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have an open book test of how successful quarterbacks are and you still fail at that? Because yet again, they looked at it, the physical freak, they like, oh, he's in that mode of maybe like a Lamar Jackson type, But yet again, you're looking at that Maserati. You don't know how to drive a Maserati. Get a Honda Civic. You know how to drive a Honda Civic.
Right.
Just get a Honda Civic. It gets you to the same place.
That Maserati, baby.
Right. And look what happened with Indianapolis.
Right.
Into a ditch.
They've been in that ditch for a minute, too.
But now they're good because they got Daniel Jones. They finally got that quarterback.
Yeah.
So,
But he's coming off of what? He's coming off what? Achilles, torn Achilles?
Yeah.
So.
But anytime Riley Leonard, because Riley Leonard just got there like last year. That's the scary thing about all this. Riley Leonard jumped you out of your spot.
That's to challenge him to do what he's supposed to do. That's why the coach said, yeah, Richardson is going to start the first game. We're not going to let Daniel get out there. We're going to wait, and they're going to alternate. They're challenging Richardson,
sure.
man. We know what we believe where you could go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Daniel Jones. Okay, but that's not their future.
Yeah, you're right.
That's not their future.
They just want to put good film out there for him.
Right.
And maybe we can get a 5th round draft pick. Best case scenario.
Right.
Hell, a 7th round pick. Hell, sell us a pack of them Crustables.
Man, get your pass completion percent to 70. Come on, man.
Like most quarterbacks, that's not gonna happen.
Hey, man, y'all stop it. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. He's
that's
a young
another
black
thing
man.
too.
Well, Brandon, take him in Pittsburgh now.
Right.
Wah.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
You yet again trying to put a Band-Aid on a wound. Nah, don't do that.
Yeah, put lipstick on the pig. You know what I mean?
Right. Drive a quarterback next year.
Man, I just hope he do what he's supposed to do. He probably could be a great talent. Like, you know what I mean?
Try to get Darian Mensah from University of Miami. Try to get Darian next year.
Who, Pittsburgh?
Yeah, you gotta get a quarterback.
I
know. Hey, man, don't do that. That ain't nice, guys. Come on, man. We're going to talk about that later in the month. I don't want to deal with that right now.
Yeah, but hey.
I don't want to hear that.
Don't get no Anthony Richardson. You'll be back at square one again.
No, I already got it. Ain't no Tomlin. At least Tomlin to lie to us.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No. Anthony Richardson got to stay where he at. Because he ain't know where to go.
And it might work, you know what, if he focus and do what he's supposed to do, because he has nothing but up. You never know, bro. It might work out for you. You know what I mean?
We hope. Yeah, that's the hope that he is. But, and yet again, what we have shown,
right,
that he can't. Hence why he's starting the first game of the preseason.
Daniel Jones is coming off of what?
Torn Achilles.
A torn Achilles. Like I said, man, do what you're supposed to do because you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
Like this Raleigh guy going out there, like, you never know. And he might not be the mix in and they're going to throw you in there. You know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah, man. Riley Leonard, man. The fact that he jumped him in the depth chart, I'm like, man, that's insane.
Well, that just let you know they lost all faith in Anthony Richardson.
Right.
That's where I'm just like, wow.
You're right.
That threw me. I was like, that's got to be crazy.
I mean, the simple fact that you trusted Daniel Jones, I'm like, I go, my bad.
But Daniel Jones, I'm telling you, and I'm so glad, like, people, because people used to think I was crazy when I used to say how good Daniel Jones was.
Yeah, Daniel.
Now y'all finally listening to me. Yeah. He was a dog at Duke, and I told people, he used to tear our ass up, like since the sophomore year at Duke, and he was killing us every year. And I'm like, yo, and then Trent going in. I think we only beat him one time when we was with when he was playing as the Commanders. I think we only beat him one time.
Bro, I seen him do a run against the Commanders, and I was like, oh, he a big boy. I didn't know he was that big. I was like,
Jones, Vanilla Vic. Yeah, man. Dude can play, man. I'm telling y'all, people used to think I was like playing, like joking. This dude can flat out play.
Hey, you hear what he said? Hey, yeah.
Vanilla Vic.
He said Vanilla Vic. Wow, yo.
He was, man. I'm telling you, man, Daniel Jones, man.
Hey, man, send that to him and see if you can patent it. Boy, they're going to buy that.
I think Michael Vick said that. I think somebody said that.
Oh, he need to stop trying. He trying to be the damn mayor of Newport News. like tripping. I ain't never heard that. Bro.
Yeah, I think somebody gave him that name because I want to say it was Vic or somebody.
No,
Vanilla Vic.
no, somebody gave him that nickname before. I can't remember who, but
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, because it was on Fox.
Vanilla Vic.
Vic, yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
oh.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's worse
Telling
than
y'all, man.
white chocolate, B.
Yeah.
Vanilla Vic. That's
Well, he was, but
wow.
he be hooping though. I mean, I know we talk about football, but he be
Yeah.
hooping though.
Oh, he be hooping?
No, I'm talking about like I
Oh,
mean, he
yeah.
be
Oh, you talking about white chocolate?
he
Yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
Yeah,
play.
you can
No,
play.
I'm talking about Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
dead serious though. I think he had got a I think he you know what? That's funny that you was bringing. I think he did well. I just think he
Mm-hmm.
was Daniel Jones got set up because it was somebody else that was supposed to go to the Giants and they picked him. So he had to deal with all the pressure of people not
Yeah.
happy with the pick. You
Yeah.
know what I
It
mean?
was because everybody wanted Dwayne Haskins with a late
Right.
Haskins. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So but now, you get to go to the coach, you know how to be a starting quarterback. It's a smaller you can consider that a smaller market, right?
Yeah, compared to New York, absolutely.
Right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I see it, but yeah, man. I honestly, he probably I don't know. He probably just need to chill. He need to probably take this opportunity to get better.
Yeah. So let's talk about another first round draft pick, essentially a fall from grace. As
Hmm.
we know, we talked about it before, um, with Kyler Murray signing with the Minnesota Vikings, and we all presumed that he was going to be QB1, which currently their depth
Hmm.
chart, that Kyler Murray is QB1. We all knew this was going to happen, but now, curious, fellas, what's going to be next for JJ McCarthy? We talked about another first round pick in Anthony Richardson Sr. Now, JJ McCarthy, who was the ninth pick overall in it, what was it, 2024 draft, what your thoughts on what's gonna be next for JJ McCarthy?
Um, Probably a change of scenery. It's not looking too good for JJ in Minnesota at this point in time.
Yeah,
His rookie year, he got hurt in training camp. They said before he got hurt, he was looking good. Um, then he comes back the next season, got hurt again, and I mean, he shows a pattern that he can't stay healthy, but also he's very inconsistent.
yeah,
And with an offense that was built around him with Jettas, Hawkinson, Jordan Addison.
yeah,
Then you had decent play at the running back with Aaron Jones. Um, should have been a lot better than what he was,
yeah,
but I think I think we've seen maybe not this season, but I don't see JJ on the Minnesota Vikings roster next season.
yeah. Yeah, man, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think that's a great answer, X. I wanted to hear what y'all was going to say, really, because I was like, man, he got drafted. I was thinking like this. He got drafted there. He's been there what 4 years? Like,
Speed.
um, been like 4 years, right? Three or
3 years, yeah.
Three, yeah.
three.
Three.
So this will be his fourth year, and I was like, well, it's almost like he's beginning there. They was building there for them there. I really don't know. Like this one is different to me for a change of scenery because I was like, you got Carson Wentz and you got Kyle Murray. Carson Wentz is getting old, um, and anything can happen. You know what I mean? Anything can happen. And then I was looking at Kyle Murray, and I was like, he got great numbers, but he just didn't. I don't feel like he capitalized like he should have with the Cardinals. And I was like, look, I put down since 2019, how many games he played. Because in my mind, I'm thinking that he got hurt a lot. Am I tripping? Didn't Kyler Murray seem like he was injured a lot?
I know one year
Uh,
he got hurt during the stretch because I think they was going to make the playoffs. No, they made the playoffs, matter of fact. And because he got hurt in 2020.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. All right, 2019,
yeah.
16 games, 2020, 16 games, 2021, 14 games, 2022, 11, 2023, 8, 2024, 17, and then last year, 5 games. And I was looking at JJ like, man, there's a possibility. But then I was like, then I heard somebody say, think about the talent that he got there, that got paid, and they're looking like, man, we need to go to the next to the next level. So I was thinking maybe just tough it out there, but maybe like you said, maybe in another place would be better. I don't know. Is there a coach that he was close with that is somewhere else?
Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Well, other
So
than that,
he'll be QB2 and for the Chargers.
Chargers.
And I think that's what he may need.
Okay.
That or he can. That then also he might have got somewhat of a relationship with Jesse Minter and at Baltimore he'd be QB2. No, it might be QB3 there with Snoop being there as the backup.
I think I think him going to the Chargers would be the smart move because Harbaugh, because Harbaugh's gonna look out for him.
Yeah.
Because if you want to be for real, Harbaugh's the reason why he got drafted at the spot that he was taken at. So so he'll look out for him.
And I think that he's gonna have to go somewhere because at this point, you gotta think about it. And I know Minnesota's probably like kicking themselves because essentially you chose him over Sam Darnold. And what did Sam Darnold do the very next year?
Right. Win the Super Bowl.
And they were 14-3 as well. So it's kind of one of the things where it's like we could have had that yet again on this team. So even if you were to sign Kyler Murray long term, then that just takes JJ out of the frame. And even if he's a 1-year loaner, they still got to get a quarterback. Right. So I think that's another thing too, because there's no way that JJ McCarthy is going to get that starting job again, barring anything catastrophic like an injury. Like I don't think he's going to get to a point where he can earn that QB1 spot again because he lost opportunity last year. Right. Because that's why they got Kyler Murray in the first place. If they believed him was going to be QB1, Kyler Murray wouldn't have been signed. So that's another kind of telltale sign of kind of how they feel about JJ McCarthy. But like I said, the only conceivable place for him to go, like you said, maybe the Chargers. I don't know, maybe Baltimore. That's just the swing. But if you go to Baltimore, obviously with him knowing Jesse Minter, because Jesse Minter was with him at Michigan, if my memory serves correct. Or I think the Jesse Minter still, all these years run together. But I think Jesse Minter was with him when they won the championship. My memory serves correct at Michigan.
So who was the Vikings coach when Kirk Cousins was there?
Kevin McConnell.
Well, it's Kevin O'Connell. It was a couple of people. It was Kevin O'Connell was there when Kirk Cousins was there as well. So he's the current coach now.
Oh, so he's the coach now. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this coach drafted JJ.
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin O'Connell. Right. Yeah.
I thought it was somebody before that.
And yet again, he's another one. He's another quarterback whisperer in this league. And it's like, if you can't get it done with him,
right?
That's another telltale, almost like when Anthony Richardson was Shane Steichen. We're really talking about the same person, but just a different name.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
At this point. So, yeah, the only really conceivable spot is the Chargers. It'll be the backup. Well, who is their backup quarterback in LA? Let me check. Is it Trey Lance? I forget who's with him now. Let me look that up real quick. Because I want to say it's Trey Lance.
Not Trey Lance? I thought Trey Lance was in Dallas.
Trey Lance.
Was
I
in
don't
Dallas.
know.
That's where he got traded to, but I didn't think he was still there.
I'm gonna look at the Chargers real quick. The San Diego, well, they ain't that San Diego Chargers. Lord have mercy. The LA Chargers. But let's see who's their backup. Yeah, Trey Lance is their backup.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, they got DJU is their QB3. Good night, America. Out the mud with Rashad McCants. Like DJU is in the league. Boy is Rashad McCants, and we out the mud. That would actually be. I don't think he could compete with Trey Lance as QB2 because they're gonna have to get a quarter. They're gonna get a quarterback if they don't re-sign Kyler Murray. So yeah. So let's talk about a very interesting story. I thought it was fake, but I had actually had to read up on this because they had a flyer and it was AI flyer. So sometimes, and I know I use AI, so I don't judge people who use AI flyers. It's tough out here. I ain't trying to pay for no graphic designer every week. I'm just saying.
I don't blame.
I don't care nobody say, oh, data centers and water. I ain't got $50 to pay no flyer. I ain't got $50 a week. Anyway, so there's a high school by the name of Northgate High School, and they're in Georgia. They're about 30 minutes away from Atlanta. So they're going to charge $25, a $25 fee and this is going to be for photographers and videographers. If they want to do a single game, $25 and $15 for baseball and softball. But if you want to do a particular full season pass, it'll cost you $200.
Yeah.
So this is for only photographers and videographers. So basically, in order for you to shoot at these games, you have to pay the school $25.
Right.
So, and a lot of people was like, well, what does it do as far as like legacy media, like the newspapers, stuff like that? They are exempt from this $25 fee. So the requests are only for videographers and photographers. So it does not apply to they call legacy media or recognized news organizations. And we know X, your bro, Toro, what he do. Could you imagine having to pay $25 to shoot?
Nah. And if I had to, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'll go somewhere else.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, I hope this isn't a trend and it's just a one-off at this school. I honestly can't see seeing this dynamic being successful at all. It's no way possible because you pretty much driving away the smaller media outlets.
Yeah.
Just for the bigger name, big time media outlets to come do media coverage.
Yep.
So, and by doing that, you also kind of take away from your fan base. You take away from potentially getting the following from that small media outlet because they come with a following. They look at their videos, reels, clips, photos, read their articles and stuff like that. And if they not getting if your games aren't showing up on their radar, then you're not going to show up on their fans radar. So you kind of doing yourself a disservice at that point. So I mean, but teachers on, I don't see it being successful. And if it is, I'll be highly, highly surprised.
What you got? What you got, man? What you got?
I don't have much, man.
I'm so heated about that shit.
I mean, I'm gonna give it to y'all because I know this is really in y'all field. But I was just sitting here like, people figure out a way that they could be successful doing something they have passion for, owning their own, being independent, doing something. You know what I mean? And somebody's always trying to figure out a way to capitalize off that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, let's say if you you a rapper, right? And we have our own label, and there's an artist that's coming here. We have to pay him or his promoter so we can actually open up for them. When truth be told, and that's hip hop, not rock, not rock and roll. They look for locals to come. You know what I mean? And it's just tripping me. It's tripping me out. Like you trying to. It's just extra publicization. It's extra attention for you. So you want to capitalize it. Like, how good is this high school team sports for them to even think about doing something like that?
I think they won a few state championships, but I mean, like, it pales in comparison to, you know, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, Highland Springs.
No, I mean, not even them, but just in general, because it's the state of Georgia. So I mean,
all right.
Yeah, I mean, they've won a few state championships. They're like a
now.
You know,
from what I've seen, I just think they could do better. I hope, like X, like you said, I hope it don't work. They were saying it's because it's the crowds and it's too packed. So I hear what they saying. Maybe y'all can answer that question. Like, I was like, why don't y'all just give them a section? They could be in that section. You know what I mean? I don't understand. Like, but people always trying to figure out a way, so they can make some money. You know what I mean? Or make people feel lower than, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna give it to you, Coach.
Yeah, and like you said, the devil advocate, because a lot of people said, well, that's gonna cut out, because they saying it's like it's an oversaturation of, essentially a lot of people wanting to shoot, with cameras, this and the third. But at the same token, that falls on the AD. So if you're getting all these requests, you have to vet these people out. And I think that's one thing where, not to kind of talk about this AD, but it's like, that's their job to vet these people. Yeah, because you get 100 requests, but if you look at their profile and it's not up to your standards, you just deny the credential. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like, even if if you, because I think when you're charging somebody, it's almost like you're doing two things. Like, to me, I think you just invite. That's almost like anybody can come in. So if I have like this, like a regular camera, I'm gonna go in for $25, which makes zero sense, because like if I just bring like a little mini Sony camera, just get in the game for $10 and just sit down versus standing up all day. Because so I look at that, because a lot of people say, well, it's just so many content creators and then this third, and that's going to weed out people. Actually, it's not going to weed out people, because people are still going to request it, because a lot of people don't know and they are green in this business and think, well, yeah, I got to spend $25, because if you're brand new, people may think this is the standard, that I have to pay my way to do this. Because at this point, you can just go in with a camera and just shoot in the stands, and it's cheaper. So, and like, I understand your point too, where, you vet the person, and then you vet, and if they're not up to your standards, you just deny. If you want only 10 photographers at this game, you find the 10 out the whatever that apply, and you do 10. Or to a point, if give guys opportunities to cover JV games. That's another thing too, where hey, you may not want to shoot varsity, but hey, you thought about doing JV? If we have you have a game on a Friday night for the varsity, and we got a JV game on on a Wednesday or Thursday, hey, we don't have no spots for you Friday night, but hey, would you want to come Thursday night and shoot. I think that's totally within reason. So the fact that they're charging is just stupid, because you got to think about it. If you got camera equipment, that costs money. So that's another thing that you have to invest in. And then the fact that you're going there to create content for their team, you're essentially doing them a favor. You're doing them a service.
Right.
It's almost like an even exchange. Like, hey, I'm bringing my like I said, I'm bringing my followers. I'm bringing my artwork. Not my artwork, but my creativity, and I'm creating content. But why do I have to pay you $25? Which is just insane. And the fact that you're better off just buying a ticket at that price. And even $200 to cover. It's another thing where that's just being disingenuous. Because, okay, if I'm good enough to shoot for all your teams for $200, like, come on now. So that lets me know, like, what is this really all about? Because I understand, because there is a lot of influx of a lot of content creators and stuff like that. And that's the thing. And with high school football, that's usually the entry level. Like, you don't have to pay in the professional ranks. Like, this is your entry level position, and you're charging. That's like you going to elementary school and they charge you the same rate that you would go to college. Like, I'm just getting started. That's how most photographers get their start, so they can build a portfolio. So to me, it looks like it's kind of one of the things where it's like they're trying to benefit off of it because they know they're at the entry level position. So of course, if I'm like Georgia, state of Georgia, okay, if I want dreams of shooting at Georgia Tech, Georgia State, or or the University of Georgia, I gotta go to a team like Northgate and get my chops. That's my practice, so I can get better at my craft. But now you're telling me I gotta pay you $25 every week to shoot and do all that type of stuff? I'm good. Like you said, I'll go to another school. Because I ain't gotta go. The thing about it is, it ain't even about the team. It's about the quality of your work. Because you can go anywhere. Hell, you can go to any high school. Hell, a high school team can be 0-10. Ain't nobody gonna carry that team 0-10. How your photos look? How your videos look? Oh, they crisp.
Somebody feeling themselves. Yeah.
And it's just, to me, it's just lazy because you can vet people and just get the request. And I understand, yes, an 80, and it's not the kind of like talk bad on the 80. And the 80 got a lot of work. They do a lot of work. So I don't never want to discount like what they do. They do a lot of work. And I understand, yes, going through, maybe tens or 20s, tens and hundreds of profiles to vet people is another time-consuming task, but that's also a part of it. And even if you get to a point where, hey, I'm just going to have a certain amount, 10 people max, or whatever number they set, and they can have a designated area. Just do like they do in the NFL. You just be on both sides of the end zone. You can't be on any the sidelines. You got to be in a certain area where y'all can just do y'all thing there.
Put them in the corners. Anyway, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
So yeah, for $25, no, I'm not. No, not for something like entry level. And hell, even if you get to the pro ranks, it's still not. It's not. That's just ridiculous. Because I'm doing something for you. And you got to think about, even as a photographer, like, people don't understand. They got to edit all those photos. They got to do a lot of stuff. That's the thing. A lot of people don't understand. Like, and you can speak to it. Definitely, X. You know how hard, how your brother got to work. He got to he doing 1,000 shots, and he got to edit that. And then some of them schools, they be so strict. I want them by Saturday. How in the hell I'm gonna do all that? And it's at 10 o'clock at night, the game over, and you want all these photos? Like, are you serious? This ain't 1 hour photo. Like, And like, I gotta edit these photos. Like, this is not a game. This is not like a point and shoot, click, and send it to you. It's
Yeah.
work. It's work. And even so, it's just like, and then for you to, and then so I like when I heard this, I really thought it was a joke. Honestly, when I first heard this, I really thought it was a joke. I was like, please let this be a joke because this is ridiculous. But trust me, it's an anomaly because it ain't gonna get much out of that.
No.
No. And y'all know, and you know, because that people just be thinking that's one thing. That's one thing I hate about the misconception of like content creators. And I'm not even a photographer, but I understand what they go through because I've heard the stories of how these ADs want the pictures instantly. I'm like, it's not going to happen.
If you'll see a lot of guys, you'll see a lot of photographers at halftime edit all their first half photos and stuff. Then they'll go once halftime is over with, they'll go back to the field, do more photos, and once the game is over, instead of them going to the press conference, they'll be in the media workroom.
Yeah.
Editing and posting photos.
Right.
So
I'm saying, like, and then I'm having to pay you $25.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you all my work. What?
I just don't like the fact that people are doing what they have passion for. And this is the high school level, and you're making it hard for them. Because when I grew up, there was a lot of young guys doing other things. And now they're putting their passion into this is high school sport, even if it is Georgia. You know what I mean? If it's that, like you said, Coach, if it's that big and you want to get control of it, why don't you have it set up where you have so many seats and have them if you don't call in time, you can't get in. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I don't think you should be charging them.
No.
If anything, just charge them enough to get in the game. I mean, all they really doing is, setting you up for they're just giving you extra attention.
No, they need to be fed. We need to get, if you
already
can't provide us no food, at least you need to give me a $25 voucher for the food trucks. Or for
like something like
I feel like a pimp. You need to be paying me. I'm feeling like a pimp, like
exactly, because really, I'm already paying. Most likely, you're paying to get in the game, right?
We shouldn't.
You shouldn't have. You don't think?
No.
You shouldn't have to. You don't think a high school game? You think you shouldn't have to pay to get in?
No, I mean if you are taking photos and doing content for the game, no, because they're gonna benefit off of that. Because guess what?
Right.
They're gonna use example. They're gonna use those photos for their social media, and they're gonna use that for their game. That's like if how can I give you an example?
Oh.
So if I come to your house, I clean your home. No, that's not even a good example. It's still a point where you're using my IP.
I'm with you.
My property, my shoots, my shots, and all that. I gotta give it to you. You're gonna benefit off of that way more than that $25. Because guess what? You can use my content and repurpose it for anything. You can put that in, so because they have probably full autonomy of your content. Because if you're giving them content, if you're giving them pictures, they're gonna use them. This is like if you go, that's like, think about it. Typically, they should get paid. That's like if you go and shoot a wedding, I gotta pay $25 to shoot at your wedding that you're gonna benefit off of. Nah. Not gonna be able to do it.
Right. So when y'all go to games and stuff, y'all don't have, and y'all doing y'all content stuff, y'all ain't got to pay.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, sir. Because that would make zero sense. Because if I had to pay, I'd just sit in the stands and be a fan. That's way easier.
So none of y'all have to pay.
No.
Mm-mm.
So so if that's the case, this is messed up because they're not even saying that they're going to charge what they charging at the door. They just saying $25 of.
Yeah,
That's
and
wow.
which and so my issue is the photographers and the videographers because I know they're not going to charge, like they said, they're not going to charge like the newspaper, the
Right.
radio, or whatever.
Right.
But the photographers, because of the simple fact of they have to submit work to that organization,
Right.
and so just imagine you having to pay to do a photo shoot, because all it is really is a photo shoot.
Right.
Could you imagine I need to get photos done, right? Okay, I need to get a headshot. So I'm gonna charge the person who giving me a headshot. Hey, I need $25 from you first, so you can pause. I know this sounds kind of crazy, but to do a picture, like just a normal picture. So say for instance, I want to do a photo shoot. So and you think about it, I'm supposed to be paying the photographer to do the photo shoot.
Right.
But on the other end, the photographer is paying me so they can take a picture of me. Zero cents whatsoever.
I got you.
Yeah, we had heavy on the pause.
Yeah. Hey man, y'all been holding secrets, man. I ain't know y'all was getting in for free.
Yeah, I mean,
Telling you, man, smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place, backstabbers.
I mean, yeah. So you think like ESPN?
Oh,
You think they gotta pay?
Yeah, I thought you was, doing, dibble dabbing,
No. That's the reason why I do it, so I can go in the games for free.
X, it ain't funny. I see you laughing. It ain't funny, X.
Well, that plus I love covering games.
Right.
Fun.
Right. I got you. I'm just messing with you.
It's a part of the story. You want to be a part of telling your story about the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, because that's the benefit.
The weird thing about this is I was looking up. It was really hard for me to find information on this story, and I think it's kind of necessarily important. Like X said, he hoped it don't go through, but man, they always, when you're trying to do stuff yourself, they always trying to make it harder, try to capitalize whatever they can. You know what I mean? Until you get big enough, and then they don't want to capitalize. Then they want a piece. You know what I'm saying? They begging for you when you could just, in the beginning, just start a relationship. You know what I mean?
But yeah, and the fact that it's entry level, that's the thing that kind of makes me upset
weird
about it. Because like I know a lot of people, they want to do more. So like, because we all know it's like levels to it. Because you have to start from somewhere.
Right.
And I think that's another thing too. I just couldn't imagine you starting at the ground floor and they want $25 each game that you cover. So you think about it, the team got 6 home games. I got paid them $125. Well, no, that'd be $150. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Right.
And then think about that, you make the playoffs and make the state champ. No, I'm good. Be almost $200 covering the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Cause anybody gonna care? Oh yeah, they won the section. Photos is photos.
Right.
That team can be 0-10. Ain't nobody caring. How that shot look? Oh yeah, that look good. They don't care about that team 0-10. They ain't won a game since 2003.
Right.
Nobody care. Shoot.
Wow.
But yeah, man. So we'll put a bow on tonight's show, fellas. Get this week's game ball. We'll go to you, X. Who gets this week's game ball for you?
Well, we found out today that Russell Westbrook has decided to retire from the NBA. So my game ball goes to Russ. I'm gonna read off some of his accolades once I pull it up. He is a 9-time All-Star, 9-time All-NBA, 3-time assist champion, 2-time scoring champ, 2-time All-Star game MVP, and he also, I think he is now second all-time on career triple-double. I think Joker may have passed him.
Mm.
He's either one or two. So he's in. I just put it like that. He's top two in career triple doubles. He averaged a triple double when no one thought that would be possible. Especially for a small guard, but I wouldn't consider Russell small guard. He's a legit 6'3", 6'4". Um, but yeah, he averaged a triple double. What, 4 out of 5 seasons? Twice in OKC. I know he did it with the Wizards. And did he do it in Houston? Oh no, he didn't do it in Houston. No, he didn't do it in Houston. I think he may have did it 3 times in OKC and once in with the Wizards. But I know he did it 4 times in 5 seasons, which is a hell of a feat. So my game ball goes to Russell Westbrook, aka Brody. Hell of a career. Gonna miss you. Gonna miss your fire, your intensity, your heart, and your hard play on the basketball court. Thank you for everything that you gave to the fans. You contribute to everyone's childhood, adulthood with highlights and fantastic play.
Yeah. You got Mallory?
I was thinking about giving him my game ball too. Congratulations to Russell Westbrook and on his retirement. Mine is I'm giving my game ball to Marcus Riley. Um, Marcus Riley was accused of a domestic assault, and he. What I liked about it, he spoke on it a little bit, but he had complete confidence that it was that it wasn't true. I've seen him cover quite a few incidents like this with other players, and he will break it down in perspective. And I was really happy that he was able to get all our charges dropped. Game ball go to Amon Shepard too, keeping it real, doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Smart man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, mine was gonna be Russ. Yeah, obviously, 18-year career, called it quits. It's one of the things where it's just I just hated how it ended for him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I knew once, him being in Sacramento last year, it was the kind of the telltale sign of, it's time. Most time, most now Sacramento's kind of a place where the NBA dreams do essentially die in a sense in Sacramento. So yeah, definitely huge shout out, great career. We know for sure he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So in 4 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
he'll be in Massachusetts for the Basketball Hall of Fame. So yeah, man, what a great career for him. And yeah, so yeah, 4 years from now he'll be in the Hall of Fame. And yeah, man. So yeah, man. So this wraps up this week's Couch Coach Live, man, and we'll catch you guys next week. Oh well, first off, before we get to next week, so we're gonna start next Tuesday, our 3-part NFL 13th annual NFL Couch Coach Live NFL preview. So we'll do a way different this time. So in one episode we'll talk about our storylines. The second one we'll do our record predictions for both the NFC and the AFC. So we'll do that all in one swoop. And then our final 3-part, we'll do our awards. Different, gonna be a little bit more unique this time. We'll have a little bit more fun with it, and then we'll have our Super Bowl winner. So that'll be on September the 1st, part 3. So part 1 is going to be August 18th, which is a week from yesterday. So we have it on the 18th, 25th, and then September 1st. We'll round out our 3-part series. We want to do a little bit something different this year because it's hectic. It's hectic around here on with high school football media day last week, and then NASCAR this week, and then trying to get ready for high school football 2 weeks from tonight. Well, 2 weeks from tomorrow night. So a lot going on. So we was like, you know what? We're not doing the 32 teams like we did like 4 years ago, which I never understood why the hell I did that. I did a team by team preview, and boy, I ain't never been that stressed doing shows in my life. Won't do that again. So we won't do the 5-part series like we did in the previous, probably the last 14, 15. Well, no, it's the 13th year of doing the preview. So we'll do a little bit different this time because I don't want to stretch it out like how we did it, the last few years. So it's gonna be a 3-part series, and we'll start that next Tuesday. So it's gonna be definitely gonna be fun, and the more do the NFL previews a little bit more efficiently than we did in the past. So, and I have not, and it's weird because this year is different. It's usually about like mid-July I already have like my prediction who will win the Super Bowl. Right. I've been slipping because so much stuff has been going on. So that's on my plan probably Monday. Well, I actually have my official who I think will win the Super Bowl, which we'll talk about that on September 1st. So, yeah, man. So a little bit more efficient this time. So try to do a little bit better for sure. So, yeah, man. So this wraps up this week's Couch Coach Live, man. We'll catch you guys next week and we start our 13th annual Couch Coach Live NFL preview. And we're out.
Welcome.
Peace.